You know, one of the major manifestation secrets, man, that a lot of people really don't practice is acting as if everything always works out for you. I honestly believe that's the hardest work, man. That's probably the hardest thing about manifestation, right? Because the real thing about manifestation is there's no situation that's in your way. There's no person that's in your way. You're the only thing that stands in between what you have and what you want. And so therefore, acting as if everything always works out for you. What does that actually mean? First of all, like, share, subscribe. Let me know where you're from in the comments. But what does that mean? Like we hear these things, but what does that mean? That means in your speech, in your thoughts, literally acting as if everything already, or don't even act as if everything works out. Literally, that's how you get everything that you want in life, is by believing that everything works out. How would you like to make money online like this? Listen, it's no secret. I've been making money online for a long time, and I want to show you how you can make your first $1,000 online while you sleep. It's 100% free. All you got to do is click the link below and join into your email, and I will send you a free training video. Free training video. I'm not charging you anything. 100% free, showing you how to make your first $1,000 online while you sleep. Now I know, some of you watching this video are faced with a lot of bills. Some of you watching this video are faced with debt. Some of you watching this video may not be faced with any of those things. Maybe there's other things that you're struggling with. I'm not going to sit here and say, sit down and just visualize and think about everything that you want, and that's all you have to do. I'll never be the person to say that. But that is a part of it. That is a part of it. And see, the thing about it is what I had to understand is the taking action part, right? We always want to know, well, what do we have to do? What do we have to do? That's the wrong mindset. It's not what you have to do. It's who do you have to become in order to do what you have to do to get to what it is that you want. And trust me, man, I know it sounds foreign. I know it sounds like something that just sounds like BS. But if you think about it, you're already doing it. You're already doing it. Think about your thoughts surrounding bills. Instead of being grateful that this company allowed you to use their electricity or their water, and being grateful for the fact that you're able to pay whatever it is that you need to pay, what begins to feel comfortable, or what begins to feel normal in all of our lives, is you're tired of struggling. You're tired of bills. You're tired of all these things. And you have to think about that. Like, if those are the words that's coming out of your mouth, understand that it starts with that thought. It starts with the thought, like, I'm tired of going through the same thing. I'm tired of living the same way. And then you say these things out of your mouth, and then that affects how you feel. Now, if you're thinking broke, you're saying broke things out of your mouth, you're going to take broke actions. But not even taking broke actions, you're going to take actions from a place of desperation. And I know this because I've done it. I've done it. I've been in situations where, I had to pay something, and, it was probably my last that I had at that moment. And the first thing that would happen is, man, I'm tired of living like this. I'm tired of living like this. That's the thought. The next thing that would happen is how I feel. Now, when you're telling yourself that and you're thinking like that, how can you feel? You can't feel productive. You can't feel like everything is working out for you. And then what kind of actions do you take behind that? You end up doing a bunch of work that leads nowhere. And I'm telling you, I've done it. I've done it. That's how I can speak on it. I've done it. I would sit back and I would say, okay, well, since this is my situation, I'm going to just take a bunch of action. I'm just going to do a bunch of stuff. And what ends up happening is a week, 2 weeks, a month later, I end up trashing all of the work that I end up doing because I did that work. I took that action out of the feeling of desperation, out of the feeling of not having what I want already. This is why so many people are broke. This is why things are so hard for people. Because people can't get in control of their thoughts, which allows them to not be in control of their feelings, which allows them to not be in control of their actions. And when you take action, most times you take action out of desperation from a broke mental place. And I'm telling you, if that's how you're operating, you are not ever going to live the life of your dreams until you change that. Now, I don't say this from a place of, having millions of dollars in the bank right now. I'm not going to sit here and say that I have millions of dollars in the bank. I'm saying it from my consciousness. Yes, I am a millionaire. Yes, I have millions in the bank as far as my belief, as far as who I am. But even me, not having to work a job in multiple years, not needing to depend on anyone, being in control of my own outcome and income, all of these years, there's still another level that I want to get to. There's still another level. My first goal was to make 6 figures. I make 6 figures every year. And let me tell you this, it does not take hard work to make 6 figures. It does not take hard work at all. You don't have to work hard at all to make 6 figures. In fact, 6 figures is not, it's not enough money. It's no money. It's no money. Now, when you switch all of that, the real key to getting everything that you want, to manifest everything that you have, is to be in control of your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. But you got to understand that if your thoughts are wrong, everything else is wrong. Everything else is wrong. Let me give you an example. Think about it, right? When you want to listen to the radio, there's 2 frequencies, AM and FM. Now, I'm not going to turn it on a AM station expecting FM results. I can't turn it on an AM station or AM frequency and listen to what's on FM. I have to either listen or tune into the AM frequency or the FM frequency. That's what you have to tune into. You either have to tune into the broke mentality or the rich, wealthy mentality. You've already been tuned into the broke mentality. You've already been tuned into that. You've already lived from that place. You've already been thinking from that place. The only thing to do now is to forget all of your old ways of thinking. Forget all of your old ways of feeling. Forget all of those ways and start to focus on thinking, feeling, and taking actions that propel you or not propel you, but that push you in the right direction. And here's the thing. When your mind is in tune, when you're thinking the right way and you're feeling the right way, the actions that you take end up working out. Because you end up taking inspired action. You're not just taking action because you have to hurry up and make money. You're taking action because you already know in your mind everything already works out for you. Here's another thing. You have to be careful about what you say after the words I am. Now, I am is the perfect way to describe who Christ is, the perfect way to describe God, right? I am, right? I am that I am. Now, where we mess it up is we say words like broke after I am. We say words like sick after I am. But we expect, and if you even expect it, most people, a lot of people don't even expect things to get better. They're so used to being in a program of lack, they don't even expect things to change. And when that happens, that's when you're in that place of, it makes you feel good to comment under someone's video, here's another scam. It makes people, like, people are so messed up in the minds that they are walking around doing things, not even aware of them doing it. And they don't even understand that they're hurting and playing themselves. That's why I don't go back and forth and argue with anybody. What do I look like being a wealthy, rich individual arguing with someone who works a job? I don't live that lifestyle. Why would I stoop down to that level and deal with someone that's living like that? So the whole key to getting everything that you want is act as if things already are working out for you. Say to yourself, everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me, even if you don't know how. Even if you don't understand how it's going to happen. I walk around telling myself everything works out for me. Everything. The word faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. The substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of things not seen. That means what you see is not real. What's real is what you see in your consciousness when you're visualizing. Now, here's another secret. Because people always ask, well, how do I visualize? Here's how you visualize. First, you have to know what you want. You got to know what you want in your life. You got to know what you want. Once you understand and you know exactly what you want, the next thing to do is to visualize it as if it's already done and feel the feelings of having it already done. Let's say you want to manifest wealth, right? You want to be wealthy. Visualize yourself paying bills with ease, with no problem. Now, let's say you want to manifest multiple things all at once. Let's say you want to manifest a new home, a new car, the money, the lifestyle, the vacations. Then visualize yourself speaking to someone, telling them about your life. Tell them about how, and act as if it's happening now. So visualize yourself speaking to someone, telling them how you just got back from a $20,000 vacation, living in staying in a $50,000 villa. Talk about how your life is. Talk about the money that you have and visualize yourself and feel this to be real. Now, it's going to take practice, and this is something that you're going to have to put work into. But live as if everything always works out for you. Tell yourself everything always works out, and you would be amazed at how things start to unfold for you. Now, I know you're looking at these videos and you're saying, Kevin, you don't have you're not driving a Lamborghini. You're not driving a this kind of car or how are you? All right. How are you? Good to see you. So you literally have to act as if things are already done. And yes, there will be things that you have to do, but you want to do them from your consciousness of everything always works out for me. not from, I'm tired of living this way. You can't make anything happen from that thought. These are things that you're already doing. But until you change this part, nothing's ever going to change. So like, share, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you on the next one.